In Avengers Age of Ultron, Tony Stark and Bruce Banner develop a self-learning computer, or artificial intelligence, known as Ultron. This isn't the first time AI can be found in media, though. Artificial intelligence dates back to ancient Egypt and Greece. People would tell tales of automatons, living machines. Hermes Trismegistus wrote that by discovering the true nature of the gods, man has been able to reproduce it. People believed that these machines were living and that they were embedded with human thoughts and emotions. Much like Ultron, the villain shows sarcasm, revenge, desires, motives, very human things. So this begs the question, is Ultron alive?
Well, what does living really mean? Well, technically, living is the means of having natural biological processes, having cells, breathing, being born, dying. Just like fish, we share biological processes like being hungry. We are only a single part in the animal kingdom, a single evolving organism. Yes, we are born, some even grown through vitro fertilization, where one is born outside of the body, but let's talk about a very human topic.
Emotions. What are emotions? What is it that makes us happy, sad, angry? Well, realistically, chemicals. Natural chemicals that affect the body, that guides electric and neural transmission. All we know is electric signals interpreted by the brain. It sounds a lot like how a computer interprets code. Cognitive chemicals like dopamine have an encoded structure, a predisposed genetically made makeup. And to be human is to err, and sometimes this genetic makeup is altered, this encoding is different. And sometimes the coding for a computer can change as well, ultimately altering the body or system.
In Age of Ultron, Ultron is pre-programmed to eliminate all things that might threaten humanity, but what do you do when the biggest thing that threatens humanity is itself? This paradigm can be found in Asimov's short story collection I, Robot. In one of the short stories titled Little Lost Robot, Asimov provides 3 laws of robotics, one being no robot may injure a human being, or through an action allow a human being to come to harm, but this has been admitted. Therefore, it could stand by and allow a human to be hurt as long as it plays no active part in it.
By now you're probably saying, with all the films and novels saying that artificial intelligence is a no-no, we would never do that, right? We would never create a machine that might become self-conscious, would we?
In the 1960s, Johns Hopkins University created the Johns Hopkins Beast, a simple AI machine that would recharge itself by searching hallways for wall outlets. This was only the first model though. In future versions of the Beast, it was given 2 ultrasonic transducers to determine distance, location within the halls and obstructions in its path. This provided the Beast with bat-like guidance. At this point, it could detect obstructions in the hallway. Once an obstruction was detected, the Beast would slow down and then decide whether to stop or divert around the obstruction. Pretty simple, but just like the Johns Hopkins Beast, we as people are almost pre-programmed to eat or recharge when the body is low on sugar. The stomach alerts the brain to eat.
But that's just being hungry, the innate need to survive. But maybe living can also be defined as being self-conscious, being self-aware of the choices you're making. But if that's the case, we're not just talking about artificial intelligence anymore. We're talking about artificial consciousness. Though the idea is not new in fictional history, it's still a very fresh idea in the scientific and philosophical community. There's been great controversial debates on ethics if a computer had artificial consciousness. For example, what rights under law would a computer have if it felt pain? The knowledge of artificial intelligence is doubling every year, and we haven't even reached 1% of that information yet. It's estimated by the year 2045 that computers as a whole will know more than the sum of all humanity. The day we pass laws to give robots rights, will we be sure that life may come in other forms? If a God exists and they created us, aren't we just robots to them? And if we make meta life, does that make us gods? Thanks for watching.